Welcome to Profiling Evil, the Public Record by Mike King. The suspect in the Nashville bombing has now been identified as Anthony Quinn Warner, a 63-year-old IT specialist from the Nashville suburbs. Warner turned his white RV into his own destructive V-bid, a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. Now, let's open an investigation. Two days after the blast rocked the historic district of Nashville, Tennessee on Christmas morning in 2020, law enforcement officials released the name of the perpetrator. It would only take them 60 hours to figure out this terrifying event, and my hat goes off to all of the first responders who gave up their holiday to protect and serve their community. I'm so impressed with the group of officers who rushed into harm's way to evacuate the residents of the downtown. They deserve our accolades. Now, shortly after the blast, I created this blast zone map to highlight what areas police were having to secure. I made this available to the members-only area of our YouTube channel. But as you look at this image, now that I'm making it publicly available, you'll see the red point indicating where the blast occurred, and then the primary impact area extending into the evacuation area. I thought you might be interested in the geography of this event. You know, it's really interesting to me that Warner only lived about 15 to 20 minutes away from the crime scene. He would have most likely taken Highway 24 into the city center, exiting just north of the Nissan Stadium. You'll see that just east of the river. From there, he had a number of choices to get to his final spot where he parked the vehicle and detonated it. Now, it appears that the blast wasn't as powerful as that was experienced in Oklahoma City's bombing in 1995. And the black smoke that filled the air made it appear even less likely that the explosive was, I guess, highly sophisticated. Maybe something like gunpowder. It's interesting that Warner chose to broadcast the pending explosion. I hope it's because he didn't want to hurt people. It'll be interesting to see. His selection of music was really intriguing to me. That Petulia Clark song of Downtown, really interesting. Now, what is clear is that he was planning this for some time. This is evidenced by the amount of explosives that he would have had to have collected over time. Now, neighbors report that Warner moved his motorhome from the driveway on the side of his house into the backyard several months ago. He even put up a fenced gate to keep people out. As you look at the imagery around his home, you can see there are no trespassing signs on the fences, on the back of the house, the fenced area all the way around, and even, I thought this was interesting, on the front door. There are also reports that he has installed security cameras. Now, another indication of his pre-planning and intent is that he appeared to be getting his affairs in order. Last year, unbeknownst to a woman in Los Angeles that he knew, he transferred ownership of some property to her. 30 days ago, on November 25th, he also transferred ownership of the property that he was living in to the same woman, using a quitclaim deed with no financial transactions. This process continued when a few weeks ago, Warner unexpectedly quit his IT job with a local real estate company. Now, it doesn't appear that he had any family at his home, and his neighbors suggest that the dogs that he had died long before now. But they did comment that he took very good care of them. In fact, I thought one thing was interesting. He actually built a handicap ramp for one of the dogs. So this Warner is described as a loner. He would engage in chit-chat in the driveway, but really not too much of a conversationalist. He didn't seem to leave his home regularly, and he certainly didn't display any political signs or share any of his ideologies. His neighbors commented that he received a lot of packages in the mail, and this is something that I think law enforcers will definitely look into. He doesn't appear to have any social media presence, and I did find an internet domain registered to him, but it isn't active at this time. I did find it interesting, though, that he has a phone through AT&T and Time Warner. It's going to be interesting to see if there's a relationship there. Now, if there's a manifesto, I think it will likely be found inside of his residence or under a pseudonym of some kind online. He may even let someone that he knows have access to it through a letter or some other means like that. Well, I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you'll take a moment and hit the like and subscribe button and join the Profiling Evil family. By doing so, you'll be reminded of other updates like this one and get a chance to hear firsthand my thoughts on criminal cases around the world. My hope is that together we can explore the ways in which criminals commit crimes. We'll discover how they select their victims and, in the end, empower you with ways to lower your own level of risk. It's going to be really interesting in this case to figure out why he selected the location that he did for this event. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon at Profiling Evil.